Stop number 20 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us back to the tricky triangle Poconos where we're at here today. Hey, so I know somebody was saying, didn't we just go to Pocono about back in race number 16, I think it was? Yeah, we did. Here, but back in the day, Pocono was pretty close to each other. The two Pocono races were close to each other on the tour. But anyway, we are here today for the running of the AC Spark Plugs 400s. We're set for 30 laps of action on this 2.5 mile triangle-shaped racetrack. And here's the lineup for today's running event. On the pole, it is Seth Cole, car number 98. Hey, that rhymes, don't it? Here's Seth Cole on the pole. Yep, and you see right there, he has one of our in-car cameras in today's event. You see that? Yeah. Seth Cole is on the pole for today's event. He qualified at 186 miles an hour. He'll be alongside Cab Shearer, car 00, the Energy Machine Toyota on the outside. Second row, Carson Gum in car number 19. He'll be alongside 28, Cat Batson. Third row, we'll have 01, Jesse Turner. He's a former winner here at Pocono himself. Would like to break a winless drought on this racetrack as well. Can he do it? We'll find out. Beside him will be car 15. It is Ryan George alongside. Next row down has William Brock in car 4, and beside him number 9, Zachary Fitzwater. Next row down has other two in-car cameras, Kyle Matthews in 42 and 99, Levi McIntyre. Both have won this season. Matthews at Martinsville and Rockingham, and McIntyre at Dover. Next row down has Dylan Poteet in 22 and number 89, Quentin Moore, sits alongside. Quentin won in Atlanta this season. Next row down has four-time winner this season, Zach Rogers. He's won at Richmond, Texas, Bristol, and New Hampshire. That's where he's all won this season. Beside him, Charles Samber. He's yet to win a race this season so far in car 24. Here, he hopes for today will be the day he'll do it. Next row down, Paul Mennick in 16 in the Family Channel Ford, and Cole Deaver in number 3, the GM Goodwrench Chevy. Next row down beside him will be car 21, Benjamin Miles, the Motorcraft Quick Lane Ford, and number 2, Miller Lite Dodge of Dylan Young. Next row down is Phil Parker in 25, the winner at Darlington, and two-time winner Joshua Osborne. He won at Michigan and the Pepsi 400 at Daytona. Next row down is the Riverside winner Keith Batson, and number 1, Nathan Orman sits alongside. Batson in car 88. Next row down has Zach Winkle in 26, the Irwin Tools Ford, and number 5, Jay Jefferson, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevy. Next row down, Mike Becker in car 43, the STP Pontiac, the Daytona 500 winner, and Ryan Brommer in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Brommer was second at Daytona. Next row down, Mitchell Collins in car 11, and beside him will be car number 8. It is Rob Evans. Next row down, Jackson Haywood at number 7, and going for the Pocono sweep, Johnny Gardner, number 12, the Mobile One Altel Dodge. Gardner has to do it from way, way back, though. Next row down is Matt Haas, the winner at Talladega this season in the Winston 500. We'll be at Talladega next race on the tour, as a matter of fact. And alongside of him will be car 40. It is Sky Commons sitting alongside in the Coors Light Dodge. Next row down, Tristan Allen in the Office Depot Mobile One Chevrolet, car 14. And number 20, Dollar General Toyota of Emmanuel Hartnett. Next row down is Jeremy Diaz in the Team Roll Tree Chevrolet, car number 71. And the Aaron's Toyota, car 55 of Daniel Bouchard. Next row down is Michael Whitman, car 48, the Lowe's Chevrolet. And number 31, Senior Wireless Chevrolet of James Henry. Starting shotgun the field, we have the man who surprised them all at Charlotte, Matthew Logan in the Tide Pontiac car 32. He won a 600 this season. And Shane Lake in the Gumout Pontiac, car number 30, sits alongside. He starts shotgunning the field. 40 cars lined up here on this racetrack here at Pocono Raceway here. Pole speed is at 186 miles an hour. You think that's fast? We'll be going to the fastest track in them all, Talladega, next for the Die Hard 500. And you'll really see some racing in that track. So with all that said here, as the command's about to be given to fire the engines for this, the AC Spark Plugs 400 at the track known as the Tricky Triangle.
Drivers, start those engines!
That's how to get a race going right here. This is the 20th stop on the season here in the Castrol GTX Cup Series for season 24. 19 races are in the books and 15 left to go. So like I said, and the points, well, it's still Joshua Osborne and Kyle Matthews the top two in the points so far. Levi McIntyre smoothed up the third spot in the points as he got past Charles Sanford points wise. Cole Deaver is now fifth in the points. Zach Rogers' win moved him up to sixth, by the way, after his win at New Hampshire. Remember, as I said, Rogers had at New Hampshire. Rogers had slumped a little bit after his Bristol win, but made it all up in New Hampshire. And here he's got a strong starting spot today at Pocono, so he's one of the ones to watch here today. Seth Cole, of course, another one is one of the ones to watch because the pole sitter usually has pretty good luck at Pocono. But last time he was at Pocono, pole sitter did not win the race, so there you go. But Seth does have a win. That came, as we said, at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California, the big 2-mile D-shaped track there. That's sister to Michigan, by the way. And as we mentioned, he has one of our in-car cameras today. So does Kyle Matthews, and so does Levi McIntyre. Those three have our cameras in today's event, and they all start in the top 10 in today's event. As the field is now heading up the North Chute, which is 1,780 feet in length. They'll head into the flattest turn of the three. That's turn 3. It banked at only 6 degrees. Turn 1's banked at 14 degrees, the steepest of the 3 turns. And turn 2, which is a tunnel turn, there really is a tunnel that runs through the turn for the traffic that goes to the infield. That's an 8-degree bank track. Onto the front stretch, which is 3,740 feet in length, the longest of the 3 front straightaways, and the long push straightaway is 3,055 feet in length. Green flag flies, and we are racing at Pocono. And the track description, as I mentioned, is one of the most unique characteristics of. That's one of the most unique tracks we go to on the circuit because it is a very unique characteristic without question. Some say it's the most boring track on the circuit, but to me, it's one of the most unique as well. No edge whatsoever between Seth Cole and Kev Shearer. They both want to lead the first lap. Shearer, you remember, is from Pennsylvania. So he'd like to get a win on his home track. But he's got disadvantage on being on the outside of the racetrack here as Seth Cole pulls ahead. Carson Gum goes to second place. Carson Gum is in a run that qualified very, very well. He'd like to get a win here this season in the Dodge Stewart's Dodge. That is a Casey Atwood car, by the way, not a Jeremy Mayfield car, by the way, he's driving. That car, by the way, is a 2001 Dodge. Besides, Mayfield's car didn't have rookie stripes on the back. But Carson's no rookie in the NNSCRA here. He's run for many, many seasons in any NNSCRA league, as Seth will be the first to tell you. Off turn number 2 they come here. Seth Cole now pulls ahead for the lead. Here comes Kev Shearer to the left side for second place. Cat Batson runs in 4th position, and William Brock runs in 5th in car number 4 as they come through turn number 3 right now. Caught myself almost saying turns 3 and 4, and there's no turn 4 at Pocono. Cat Batson way down on the inside of the racetrack here. Here comes Ryan George to the low side as he tries to hook up with Batson, trying to take 3rd position away. Ryan George, another one from Pennsylvania, and he's got Kyle Matthews behind him in car 42. So you got Pennsylvania versus Ohio right there in this battle. Quentin Moore in 89 right there behind. On board with Kyle Matthews in car 42. He's second place in points coming into this event, as we mentioned. Slows it down to 146 miles an hour into turn number 3. He'll floor to throttle, 175 miles an hour off the 3rd turn. And he comes on the front stretch. He's got the draft off the 15 car. Here he comes, 200, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I saw 209 blink in the turn number 1. Down about 176 in the middle of turn number 1 as they come off the turn. See how fast he goes into turn number 2. 206 miles an hour, 207 miles an hour into turn number 2. And looks like we got a battle for the lead, I think, maybe. 194 miles an hour to turn number 3, and down to about 146 in the third turn. He'll floor that throttle of that number 42 Pontiac as they come off the third turn. And Matthews gets the drive off Kev Shear's car, and Brock, whoa, that was close. William Brock just about cut the nose off Matthews' Pontiac. As far as the battle for the lead, possibly, well, never mind. Seth Cole still leads as Cat Bassett goes to second position. Carson Gunn looks for second now as he comes into turn number 2. Side by side, Dodge on the inside, Ford on the outside, and here comes Brock to the low side. He'll push Carson Gunn up to second place now. William Brock's been solid the last couple races. He finished 8th at Daytona and a 5th at New Hampshire. And now Matthews is going to make a 3 wide way down on the inside of the racetrack. This track is wide enough where you can run about 5 wide on these cars. Unless you're IndyCar, and you can run about 7 wide up there, which is over here, which is pretty crazy. And still sad by the way they took Pocono off the IndyCar schedule, but I can understand for safety reasons. Anyway, here comes Dylan Poteet to the low side as he'll get Pie Shear. Here comes Ryan George trying to help his friend on the outside of the track here as they come off the second turn. Jesse Turner, Quentin Moore, there's Paul Minnick in 16 right here. Zachary Fitzwater trying to run low on Zach Rogers now. A pair of Zachs going battling it back there. Rogers pulls ahead, and they are fanning out just a little bit. Levi McIntyre, who started 10th, is now dropping back. He's now behind Charles Sanford in the DuPont colors as they come into turn number 1. There is McIntyre. He was clocked 16th the last time by, so he's dropped back 6 positions from the starting spot. Dylan Young right behind him, and then Keith Batson, Mike Becker, and Cole Bieber. Griff Camp from McIntyre's perspective, and he gets a good run on Charles Sanford in turn number 3. He might get him, and he might get Fitzwater too. Off the third turn, he's trying to get the draft off the 25 car of Phil Parker. Down about 171 miles an hour. See how fast Levi drives this track. Goes into turn number 2, 205 miles an hour. Down about 171 in the middle, into turn 2, excuse me. And he'll go into turn number 3 at 196 miles an hour, down to about the 140 mile an hour range into turn 3. He'll come off that turn. As you see up ahead, 16 of Paul Minnick, 33 Skull Card, Zach Rogers. Again, Phil Parker up ahead of those two. 205, 6, 7, 207 miles an hour in turn number 1 goes McIntyre. His last lap speed, 183.602 miles an hour. The fastest lap turn so far has been set by Cole Deaver at over 185 miles an hour. And then you got a big scramble going on. In the meantime, Cat Batson's taking over the lead here at Pocono. Here comes Matthews to the low side of Seth Cole. William Brock is in this mix. Carson Gumm's in this mix. Dylan Poteet, Kev Shearer, Ryan George. And the 28 car is going to take off and lead everybody here as they come off to the start-finish line. 9 laps in the books and 21 to go in this race at Pocono. 30 laps does not seem all that much, but at Pocono, considering the laps here take almost a minute to complete. In this case here, it takes about under. In this case, in this game, takes under 50 seconds to complete. Excuse me. Then it's kind of understandable. We will go to a track similar to this actually at Indianapolis 2 races from now, except that track is a rectangle shape instead of a triangle shape. And here comes Matthews to the low side for the lead. He wants those 5 bonus points. He looks to the low side, nothing there, and he'll fall in behind Cat Batson as he comes into turn number 1. Here comes William Brock in the Kodak colors. He looks to the low side, that yellow number 4, as he tries to get past Seth Cole. That's for the third spot. So Cole's running third. Brock is now 5th as Carson Gum goes by for 4th. But now Brock fights back on the inside of the track. It's a sniff of the draft off Seth Cole's car. Here comes Dylan Pote. That's 6th place he's running right now, with Ryan George in 7th. Kev Shear's 8th. Paul Minnick 9th. Zach Rogers runs 10th. Actually was 10th, and I think Quentin Moore's going to go by him for that spot. He is. There, Moore's running 10th, and Rogers 11th. McIntyre 12th. Jesse Turner 13th. Keith Batson 14th. Dylan Young 15th. Bill Parker 16th. 17th is Benjamin Miles. 18th, Zachary Fitzwater. 19th is Mike Becker. 20th is Cole Deaver. 21st, Nathan Orman. 22nd is Charles Sanford. 23rd, battling for 23rd is Zach Winkle and Joshua Osborne. And Osborne will take the 23rd spot. He'll look like he's going to try to get Charles Sanford as well. Meantime, Nathan Orman begins to roll on the inside lane as they come up the third turn. Now you got the Tracker Boats Bass Push-Ups cars hooked up. They are different teams, as a matter of fact. You got Furniture Row Racing against Earnhardt Ganassi, by the way. Off the third turn they come here. Johnny Gardner now tries to go low on the track as he hooks up to the back of the 40 car of Sky Commons. Meantime, one car off pace. It's Emmanuel Harden. He's got rear bumper damage on the Dollar General Toyota. In the meantime, Kyle Matthews goes for the lead. Car 42 to the low side. Off the third turn they come here. Matthews looking for his third victory of the season. Kat Batsenboy, she's looking for her first this season. She's not yet won in season 24. Track we're heading to next is where she last won it, and that was at Talladega in last season's Die Hard 500. And Kat's got that, and Cat 6 knows that board to the low side of Matthews' Pontiac as they come off turn number 2. Side by side, Seth Cole watches all this. His buddy Dylan Poteet behind him in fourth position. This is the best Poteet's run in a while. But William Brock spoils that form to the low side, and now Batson goes back to the lead. Here comes Seth Cole to the low side for second place. Off the second turn they come here, and Brock tries to squeeze in front of Poteet's car. Poteet's not having any of it. In the third turn they come, or second turn they come, excuse me. Minnick now blocks the path of Kev Shearer, and here comes Zach Rogers to the low side of Carson Gum. There is 33, Zach Rogers. He gets by Gum, and they come off the third turn. Zach will floor to throttle that green and white Chevy to the low side of the track. Now he'll try to get by Kev Sheeran and car 00 as they come into turn number 1. Zach decides to fall in behind, try to get a draft off the 00 machine. So Rogers up to 8th. Carson down the 9th, and now in position. And Dylan Young's now stuck in the top 10 in car number 2. George down to 11th. 12th is now Turner and McIntyre 13th. Boy, that 33 is flying here through the field. This is 7th place he's trying to go for now on Kev Shearer. And he's got it. Front 4 cars have broken away now as we're past halfway home. This is as we're now 17 in the books and 13 to go here at Pocono Raceway. Paul Minnick runs 5th, Poteet 6th, 7th is Rogers, 8th is Shearer, George is now 9th, and Carson Gum running 10th. Inside with lead by McIntyre and car number 99. McIntyre runs 13th in a moment here as he runs run behind Jesse Turner. Up behind him is the 21 car Benjamin Miles. He's 14th. Bill Parker's 15th in a moment. Cat Batson back up front. Second position is still Matthews, and Paul Minnick looks for third position. He's got it coming off the third corner. William Brock stuck up to the high side now in the number 4 car. Here comes Seth Cole down low as he tries to get by Brock. That's for 4th place. There comes Kyle Matthews for the lead. Car 42 to the low side. They're going to go side by side to turn number 1. And he's got it. Matthews off turn number 1 has the lead. But Cat Batson's not giving up on the outside lane. Here comes Minnick trying to go low. He says, heck with this, I'm going to go with Matthews. And he shoves the 42 up to the lead. So Pontiac leads a couple of Fords now. 3 Fords in the top 5. We got a Pontiac leading and a Chevrolet in 4th. And Batson's dropping back. Brock goes up to 3rd position now. Seth Cole tries for 4th. Zach Rogers tries to go low on the track here as he tries to get by Poteet. Tries to follow Seth Cole through on the low side of the track here, and Rogers is going to take 6th position, looks like. And maybe 5th, because here it comes to the low side of Cat Batson off the first turn, excuse me. And who says calling race at Pocono's easy work? So Paul Minnick's going to go to 2nd position. Minnick has not won a race in a long time. He's won in a series before, but he's never won in a long time. Neither has the 4th Brock. He's not won in a long time neither. So the incentive level is going to be sky high for those 2 drivers as they come off the 3rd turn now. And now coming to the line for 9 laps to go for Kyle Matthews in car 42, looking for his 3rd victory of the season. Only he, Joshua Osborne, and Zach Rogers have won multiple times this season. The rest of them only have, rest of them who has won this season have only 1 victory. For some guys, it's looking for their first victory of the season, or it's looking to break a losing streak. Seth Cole, he wants to join that list of multiple-time winners. He won at Auto Club this season. He's looking for his 2nd victory of the year. Coming to the start-finish line, we have now 8 laps to go here at Pocono. Dylan Young looks low. Zach Rogers now slipping back in the 33 car. Kev Shear goes low. Got Carson Gum, Benjamin Miles, and Phil Parker in that train. Here comes Carson to the low side. Car number 19. Dylan Young gets by Rogers now. Here comes Gum and Shear. They're going to go side by side. Dodge on the low side. Toyota on the outside of the track. They are dead even as they go into the third turn here, but Carson Gum outbrakes Kev Shear, and Shear slides back. Bill Parker's going to go by. Now, meantime, Benjamin Miles under fire from Joshua Osborne. Miles in 13th, Osborne 14th, and Cole Deaver is now taking 15th away from Jesse Turner. Turner is 16th, McIntyre 17th, Zach Winkle 18th, and Mike Becker 19th, with Keith Batson running 20th and Jackson Haywood running 21st and number 7. Ryan Bromers 22nd, 23rd is Quentin Moore, Nathan Orman 24th, 25th is Matt Haas, 26th is Zachary Fitzwater, Johnny Gardner trying to get by him. Charles Sanford having a horrific run right now. He's running 28 at this point. I think he's going to get by Shane Lake. That's for position, I think. And it is. Sanford's clocked 28 the last time by. The DuPont Chevy has dropped way back in the field. Off the first turn they come here as we got Rob Evans behind. There's Mitchell Collins in the 11. Sky Collins in 40. Jay Jefferson and Tristan Allen's anchoring that train here. There's the rest of the running order. Excuse me, not the finishing order. Running order. Emmanuel Hart is still way back in the back. He's all by himself in 40th position. And there's the leaders in the same frame. Hart, and goodness for him, he's got about. Got about 5-6 seconds to work with right there. Meantime, Paul Minnick goes for the lead on Kyle Matthews. We're now down to 5 to go. They're side by side, the 42 and 16 cars. Matthews has the outside. Minnick to the low side of the track in the 16 car. He's not, as we said, he's not won in a long time in the series. Ryan George is in this mix. He's not yet won a series. He's not won a series in a long time neither. So we got about 3 guys who's trying to get their first wins in a long time in this series. Matthews is looking for his third. Seth Cole's looking for his second this season as they come off the third turn. And where did Dylan Young come from in the number 2 car? Last time we talked about him, he was running about 10th. And now he's up to 6th. Kat Batson, though, is going to look low on the inside, and she's going to take position away from Dylan Young. Meantime, Paul Minnick, who has not won, I think, in about 3 seasons in this series, he is looking for that first win in a long time. Seth Caldo looks to the left side. He's got Kyle Matthews. Can he get Paul Minnick as well? Emmanuel Hart rounds the third turn. So does the field as they come off the third corners. On board with Seth Cole, car number 98. Closing up on the back of Minnick's car as they go into turn number 1. 3 laps to go. 2 to go when it comes to the stripe. Seth knows it's right there. The lead's right there ahead of him. If he knows if he can get a good run into one of those corners, he can get past them. Tries to put the bumper to Minnick. That does not work here. And they're coming up on Hartnett pretty quick, though, I think. They will catch him in the last 2 laps. The last laps we said are pretty long. 2 to go. Seth looks slow on minute. They go into turn number 1. Seth took a peek to the low side, but no dice to come up to turn number 2. He looks lower and lower and lower the track here. Nothing doing as well. White flag this time by. Here comes Seth to the low side. A minute for the lead. And what are they going to do when they get the manual? Hartnett. Hartnett's going to block. Who's he going to block? That's going to be the question. He's going to block the 16 car. And Seth Cole lead. Ryan George now goes to 2nd place. And Dylan Young up to 3rd. Matthews gets caught up behind Minnick as well. White flag at Pocono. Who's going to win the AC Spark Plugs 400? Ryan George to the low side of the track in the turn number 1. Dylan Young is in 3rd position. 2 Fords out in front. Dodge in 3rd. Down the long Moshiri. Here comes Ryan George for the lead. Ryan George going for the win here at Pocono as they come through turn number 2. He's got the inside groove. He's one of the 2 guys who are from Pennsylvania. He can win this race for the home state fans. In the 3rd turn, Paul Minnick is going to push the 15 up ahead. Off the 3rd turn they come. And for the first time in a long time, Ryan George is going to win a race. Ryan George wins the AC Spark Plugs 400 at Pocono. Second place will go to Seth Cole. 3rd to Paul Minnick. 4th to Kat Batson. And Dylan Young comes home 5th. 6th will go to Carson Gum. 7th to William Brock. Dylan Poteet 8th. Kyle Matthews 9th. And Kev Shearer comes home in 10th. Will average speed 181.504. On heartbreak, definitely for Seth Cole, but you got to feel good for Ryan George, the number 15 Quality Care Ford. Out of Budmore Racing goes to victory lane. Is Ryan's first win in a long time in the series. I think it's been about maybe 3-4 seasons since he last won. I don't know, but so 20 are in the books and 14 races are left to go in the season. Rest of the finishing order for you here. Phil Parker finishes 11th. Cole Deaver, Zach Rogers, Joshua Osborne, Zach Winkle, the top 15, 16 through 20. Benjamin Miles, lead by McIntyre, Mike Becker, Keith Batson, and Ryan Brommer. Then Jesse Turner, 21st. Then Quentin Moore, 22nd. 23rd will go to Zachary Fitzwater. Nathan Orman, 24th. 25th, Jackson Haywood. Then Johnny Gardner, Matt Haas, Rob Evans, Sky Cummins, and Jay Jefferson, the top 30. Mitchell Collins, 31st. Charles Sanford, 32nd in the field. A bad day for the 24 team, without question. That's going to drop him back in the points. Shane Lake, 33rd, Tristan Allen, James Henry, Michael Whitman, Matthew Logan, Daniel Bouchard, Jeremy Diaz, and Emmanuel Hartnett was the finishing order in today's event. So that will do it from Pocono Raceway. As congratulations again to Ryan George, the winner of the AC Spark Plugs 400, and a Motorcraft Quality Care car, I might add, too. So anyway, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got inter races, gaming videos, online racing videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Coles are for his channel, and be sure to check out our other NNSCRA series, including the brand new Pedigree Xfinity series from Seth himself, and also check out the Duracell Cup series, Budweiser All Pro series, and on Freshman 899's channel, the NNSCRA Marble Studios Cup series. Be sure to check those series out as well. And also be sure to check out the entire NNSCRA channel as well. Here are some of the best offline, online, and gaming stuff are under the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking this channel out neither. You think it's easy for me to do the promotions? It ain't easy. Anyway, so that will do it here today at Pocono Raceway. Here, this is James Qualls in production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you at Talladega for the Die Hard 500.